Hey guys, I'm Valentina and this is the Spotlight channel. Welcome. Today I want to talk about breathing, because what if I told you that the way you breathe actually could change how you feel, how you think, and even how you behave? Yeah, if you've watched my other videos on binge eating, shame, and self-sabotage, you know what I mean when I say that it's easy for us to get trapped in a loop, get trapped in a cycle. But there is something that I don't think we talk about it enough, which is your breath could actually hold the key to helping you move out of these cycles. Come with me. Let's talk a little bit about science and also about me, about my life, so I can give you guys some context into how we can use breathing to heal ourselves, to heal our relationship to certain habits and behaviors that keep us stuck in a loop. Okay, so come on. In this first part, I want to give the emotional context and also the issue that we're dealing with here. And to start off, I'll say that when we're overwhelmed, we often leave our bodies, consequently making us disconnect. And what I mean by that is we're not acting from our groundedness within ourselves. We're a lot in the mind. And for us being in the mind and acting from the mind and being stuck in that overthinking pattern that we tend to get into, we react impulsively. These actions are not bad habits necessarily. They become bad habits because we do them enough and we get used to them as behaviors to soothe ourselves. But that's just what they are. They're behaviors that assist us in attempting to soothe ourselves in moments of stress and being overwhelmed and overthinking, whatever it is. And we take these attempts unconsciously because we don't know how to feel what we need to feel or fully even name what we need in the moment. And the reason for this is because we're not present enough in our bodies to know what we actually need to be able to soothe ourselves and re-regulate our system. So when we're disconnected from our bodies, we react impulsively in an attempt to re-regulate our emotional system through bad habits that soothe us and soothe our emotional needs for a brief moment, even though it doesn't necessarily actually helps us truly feel what we need to feel. Which brings us to why breathing matters. And I'll give you guys a little bit of neuroscientific context as well. And I like to do this, and I've been liking to introduce this in these videos because it's not just a concept. It's something that is backed by science, and this way we can actually try it out, being confident that is something that it has been proven in some way to work for others. When I'm talking about why breathing matters, I want to bring out the vagus nerve. And conscious breathing, especially long exhales, stimulates our vagus nerve, which activates our parasympathetic nervous system. When we're anxious, we're usually stuck in the sympathetic mode, which is kind of like the fight, flight or freeze system, which induces us to then react impulsively, which leads us to shame, binge eating, impulsivity, and so on. Breathing helps us shift our brain from survival mode into a more grounded, present, and relaxed mode. And studies actually show that slow, diaphragmatic breathing lowers cortisol, reduces the amygdala activation, and increases the prefrontal cortex activity, which allows us to make better decisions and be more aware of the decisions that we're making in the moment. Why is this important? Because when our system allows us to take a moment of pause and be aware of the choices that we're making. And I want to talk about this because I've been trying in my own life, especially with the eating, binge eating issues that I mentioned in the other video. I now, every time I go eat, I take a pause and I breathe. And by breathing, inhaling and exhaling for a couple of times, allows me to truly be present in my body and understand, I don't feel like I actually really want to eat right now. I feel like this is more kind of like boredom or stress. And I was just doing this right now, and that's why I decided to play record on the video, because I ate my lunch, and after I ate my lunch, I was pretty full. I was pretty satisfied. But I brought some really good dessert. So my mind really wanted the dessert. My body didn't need it. But since I wasn't really focused on my body, I wasn't really grounded. I was working and I was just very up here. I grabbed the dessert. I started eating. I ate 2 spoons and I was like, okay. I took a breath in, took a breath out, took a couple of those, and then I was like, I'm really not actually hungry at all. This is not a satisfying activity that I'm doing right now. It's satisfying in the taste, like my taste buds, and of course it tastes amazing, but my body is not really enjoying this. So I was like, okay, I'll put it away. I put it in the fridge and said I'll eat it later. And I was able to do that because I've been practicing breath work and I've been practicing groundedness and regrounding myself in my body to be able to notice what I need. And thus, it was easier for me right now to do the same and to realize what I was doing, not previously, because I still did it, but in the moment, which helped me to slow down and stop. Basically, this is a part of the next topic in this conversation, which is how it helps in real life. And this story basically just lets you know how breathing can really help you in your life, in your day-to-day. And when we are frozen, or when we are reactive, or when we are impulsive, whichever may be, breathing brings blood back into the decision-making areas of our brain, which truly allows us to make better decisions. And just like I told you guys in the tiny little story context of mine, this is how you can actually use breathing in your life to help you out making better decisions beforehand. And this was only one story about my life, but there's many, and many also not relating to food, relating to other things, relating to getting out of bed in the morning, or sleeping in, going to the gym or not going to the gym, being anxious or nervous. Yesterday I was going to a meeting that was really important for me, and I was so nervous. I was so nervous that I was not going to do well. I was so nervous that I was going to fail, even though there wasn't really a way I was going to fail, because it wasn't about that. But my body was in that stress cortisol, high cortisol level, like fight or flight system. And while I was driving to the meeting, I just started breathing. And there's many techniques out there. You can just Google some techniques for yourself. For me, what works a lot is just taking deep, long breaths in the diaphragm. Taking long, deep breaths through the nose, in through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth initially if I'm really anxious, to really get a head start in the groundedness into my body, and feel it in my diaphragm. Feel my diaphragm going up and going down, going up and going down. The way that this relaxes your body and the way that you feel yourself sinking into your body instead of being up here is insane. So you guys, just try it for yourself and see how it goes. Obviously, it's not a one-time tool. You're not going to do it once and it's going to work always and forever. So you got to keep bringing it back. You got to keep doing it. But I think it's something so handy to have in your pocket for whenever and wherever, you know. It's just with you at all times. There's another couple ones that you can do. Like one that I like a lot as well is the 4 and 4, like the square breathing. Although I kind of don't do it really like a square. I breathe in for a couple of seconds and then I hold it for the same amount of seconds and then I breathe out for a little longer than what I breathe in and I hold. And it tends to help a lot. Though there's many out there, you guys can just go ahead and search a few that you think might work for you best. I think these two are really cool, especially the diaphragmatic one. And test it out, see how it works in your own life. It's been working so well for me in so many ways. And I really just wanted to share that because especially with what I've been experiencing, I thought like, wow, I've been talking in these videos a lot about tools and about what it is and how it is that we behave. But I think giving one specific tool a little bit more in depth could be really interesting, especially such a simple tool, such an easy and simple tool. So to wrap up this video, I want to say that breathing is about awareness. It's all about awareness. Of course, there's the chemical reactions that happen as well, but the key to it is that it brings awareness to ourselves in moments of need. It helps us kind of like come home to ourselves in a sense, if you know what I'm meaning by that. And I really like that, and I really like to think that because from that place we can start to heal and better understand our needs and make better choices, which it's amazing. It's exactly what this channel is about. Little tools and little awareness tips for us to keep always on our journey, our healing journey, our self-awareness and self-understanding, and make better choices in the end. So if you guys like this, let me know by liking it and leaving a comment. I love to read the comments and seeing that you guys are enjoying the contents. They're pretty short, but they're meant to be pretty short because it's just like little messages to keep us on our track. And if you'd like to check out my binge eating video, it relates a lot to this as well, and the shame video also. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you in the next video.